Never fails. What is up? What is everybody? What's going on? This is Mark the Mike, and this is Shell Shock Podcast by Red Cycle Inc. I'm Mark the Mike. I'm joined by Tenacious T.
I'm in the building, baby. I am here.
Yeah, fuck that. We're back for our Shell Shock Podcast, and we got a movie review. We are going to be reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. It released August in theaters, and it released on Paramount this week. So definitely check it out if you have not watched the movie. Oh, everything on fucking Paramount. Turtles 89, 88 is on there for the first two seasons. You got Rise on there. You got 2012, '03. You got all the movies. You got all the even the CGI movies on there. So yeah, Paramount is your place
Well,
for
you
Ninja
said
Turtles.
that they had the first three seasons of the '88 series, right?
Yes. First two.
Good. That's all anybody ever needs to watch is the
Mhm.
first three seasons, because everything else is just repetitiveness, you know?
Yeah. You get Don Tatelli. Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody can go and check out those. We've already did full reviews on every single season, and you guys can go and check that out and see what we feel about that. But I'll tell you right now, all you really need is the first, like the three seasons.
Yeah. You kind of get the gist of what the show's gonna be, but for comedic wise, voice acting wise, yeah, the first three, first four, I will say, first three, yeah,
I
first
mean,
three,
with like story modes and like actually continuous stuff.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't get too out of control in the
yeah,
first three, and then it just gets silly and stupid, and you know what I mean? It's like I could have lived without all those other
yeah.
episodes, to be honest with you.
So we are back for Mutant Mayhem. Again, the new CGI, directed by it was Seth Rogen's team that directed it. Um, they did Sausage Party and a couple other. They did that movie. The one with the kids. I always forget the name. But
Um, damn.
I'll tell you right
Uh,
now. I have it up.
I know it too, and I've never actually seen that movie, but
Good Boys.
I definitely know it. Yeah.
Yeah. So because two of the voices are from Good Boys, Mikey and Rav.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So when Seth Rogen announced that they were doing a movie, instantly thought of Sausage Party, and I was like, please don't make it like this.
Yeah.
Please don't do it.
Um.
But like he grew up in our generation, so it's like I know that he wanted to do something like and do it justice, you know?
Yeah. He wanted to do it right. I know he from a lot of the interviews he done and a lot of the talks that he did, like what he was able to do, because this movie came out during like the beginning of the writing strike, so a lot of the stuff like advertisement wise they couldn't really do. But from what he was talking about, like he was a big turtle fan. He knew everything that was about it. He was a big fan of the toys, the toy line, the comic book, and the original '88 series. So, but he also took a dive down more into the IDW books
Now
and everything like that.
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If he's writing the movie,
Yeah.
why does the writer's strike even matter?
Because you're still under union rules.
Yeah, but it's your project. You're doing it. You know
But
what I mean? If
but
if
if you
you
want
and your
self
team
insurance and
are
shit,
completely separate,
because
he's the guy's worth millions and millions and
yeah,
millions of dollars. He can afford it.
but he's part of the union. He's part of the stag union. So basically, he had again, unity has to be happen when you. And that's exactly what happened. So basically, like a lot of them couldn't
I'm
advertise, and
just,
then the active
it's
strike
like
would
if it's
happen
your
around
own,
too.
if it's your, if it's your own project, and you're putting your own money up, you should be able to do whatever you want. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but
I agree with
yeah,
what they're doing and all, but like, if you have a passion project and you're funding it and you're writing it, it's like it doesn't matter anymore.
no, it's still under like there's other writers. He's not the only writer on it, and those other writers are
Yeah, I
part
know.
of the stag whole thing as well. So um, less of that, more of the turtles. So again, this had a release date of August. Um, before we go into the dive deep in this movie, there's a little things that came out recently with Turtles that thought we talk about. So on the comic book side, there's something I recommend for you. I actually put it on the comicology that we both use, so basically you can probably see what I'm reading because it's on there if you log on. Um, it is Saturday Morning Adventures of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and pretty much is pretty much the basis of the '88 cartoon, but what if it continued within that first season? So it kind of continues off that first season, has all the bad guys of the cartoons and things like that, and actually is really well written and very funny. It's up to I think up to eight, the issue eight. I got the first five issues on the library. It's actually quite good, and the art's pretty nice as well. Usagi
Okay.
Yojimbo team up is finished. I think all five issues came out. That was actually a really fun run. Very funny. So definitely check that out as well. Last Ronin is on its second to last book, so that series is almost done. I haven't been crazy about the Lost Years. I have my issues with it, but I think the adventure, the story of the new turtles, that's what got my interest more than the other side story shed.
I haven't dove down into it yet. I want
Yeah,
to like binge read it so I
yeah,
can be engulfed in the story.
yeah,
First part of Last Ronin, like that was issue issue,
yeah.
intriguing, but I'm like, I don't want it to tarnish that legacy because that actually right now is literally going down as one of the best storylines told in like the last 30 years. You know what
No,
I mean? Like
100%. I agree with
it's
it. So
like that's not even just me in my opinion. That's actual like the consensus of like people in
yeah,
general saying this. You
it's
know what I
really,
mean? So it's like
it's it's really rare when a comic book or where something like that gets focused on to get a game off of.
yeah, well, the notoriety alone and like like people just loving it and praising it because it was an emotional roller coaster. So I'm always like I'm so excited for the game. I just hope that they do it right.
Me too.
That's
Me
all
too.
I ask.
There's no more news on the game. We did talk about it the last time we were on Shell Shock, but there's no quite brand new news of the last running game. But there's news of Mutant Mayhem getting a video game, based off the movie itself. So I'm excited for that and see where they go with that. I hope it's
Yeah,
not.
they're getting a comic, a video game, and a show,
Yeah,
right?
Tales of TMNT, which is something they used before for the 2012 series, the Tales of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is actually it goes into the old comic book lore because they had side issues of the original comic called Tales, and that's where they got the title from. So it's supposed to be like
Okay.
individual stories building up to the next movie.
All right. Well, it lives up to its name.
Yeah.
You know,
So you're
like
gonna have yeah.
Marvel Tales.
Yeah, in a way, you're gonna have like a Donatello story. You're gonna have a Leonardo focused story. You're gonna have probably a Splinter. You probably have the mutants actually have their own, like the other mutants probably have their own little side story and shit. Maybe the mutant moles that they bring
They
in
they've
and shit
had
like
that
that.
they've had a comic run back in the day where they had individuals.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I
They were called the
remember.
Tails. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were under the Tails
I
of the
never
Teenage
actually read
Mutant
them.
Ninja line. Yeah. So yeah, they had like
Is there
Donatello,
any talk
Leonardo.
of is there any talks of continuing on the story with the Power Rangers at all?
There is finishing up. They did finish up the Power Rangers team up. It finished up like early, like probably no August. I think it finished, and that one is the way it ends leaves in a cliffhanger. So it leads into like they are
Okay.
gonna plan. They're planning to do another run, and they're gonna have a bunch of new toys for this one.
Oh God, help us all.
Yeah,
It's just
because
gonna
they had
make
the
us
Ranger. Yeah,
more broke than we are.
because they had the Ranger X suits. So pretty much the Dimension X had their own power morphers, and they were able to use them instead of the Rangers ones. So they had their own little suits and shit. So yeah, all
I
those
just
comics are done.
remembered enjoying it very much. The team up. So
Yeah, it was really good. The second one was really good. I think you will enjoy it very much. It is finished, and all the books are on the Comixology. There's only 5 issues.
Yeah, nah, that was that. I just remember that being like fun. I might have to dive back down and
Yeah,
read
they're
them
good.
again.
They're good. We'll probably give a review down the road. We did the first
I know we
volume.
mentioned this on our last cast, but they're also releasing, just so you know, if people are tuning in now, they're releasing another line of the Monster series
Yes.
for NECA.
Yeah.
Even though we still haven't gotten Shredder yet.
I think he's gonna be part of this line, but he's gonna be the last one to be released. Supposedly he's supposed to be the
Yeah, but
biggest
they've
one.
been teasing forever. I want it.
Yeah. Supposedly he's supposed to be the biggest one.
Yeah, they are. I've been seeing out on the shelves. They're starting to pop out again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like another wave of them coming out. So I was just at Walmart the other day, and they had like three Leos and two Donnies, and I was like, those are the ones that I haven't seen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
And he's like, damn it. No, at least you
so.
see it now. Um, I was looking
Well,
at
I
it.
I mean, I have them. So.
Yeah. I was looking at yeah, it's the Creature of the Black Lagoon, which is Leonardo, and then Raphael's the Wolfman.
Okay.
Those are the two new ones they showed on the panel. Um,
Yeah. They'll probably what release them like November-ish, probably, right?
probably. They haven't been no news of them being released anytime soon. Usually they'll like give a trailer to them when they do release, and they haven't done that yet. So they do like the old movie trailer with the character and shit.
Yeah.
I like those are cool. I actually like when they do those. But yes, they tease Shredder being the Count Dracula. But also I think Mikey and Donnie gonna get a new look as well. So we don't know what they're gonna be. If you go to the old run, there was an alien and there was what was the other one that they had? I could see like a killer clown or some shit. But it has to be like a universal
I mean,
monster.
what was released back in the day? Because I know that there was multiple of them, and
Yeah,
I know that the new turtle line for this movie reenacted the old costume
yeah,
ones.
yeah,
So I mean, maybe we'll get another run of that. You know what I mean? I think that would be cool.
yeah. That'd be cool. But the original ones, so the original monster ones that did in the '80s was Dracula, Wolfman, Mummy, and Bride of Frankenstein, and then they had the Creature of the Black Lagoon. They had Frankenstein. Does it say
Yeah,
Frankenstein?
the Wolfman.
Yeah, Wolfman and shit like that.
Yep.
But again, they going more towards what the Universal monsters are doing. So I see like if you actually see the previews of what they're doing for Universal monsters, you kind of can see where they're gonna go with the turtles as well, because they truly usually
Okay.
simultaneously come out with each other. So like when Donatello's came out, the Visible Man figure came out.
All right. They just need to slow down, man. All these toy announcements,
Yeah.
it's killing me, man. And let me put this out into the universe, please. Let's get this man his Donatelli,
Yes, please.
please.
I want
This guy's been
Donatello.
waiting for a NECA Donatelli forever,
I'm on every single
which
board.
I would.
I'm legit on every single board. Like, oh, which NECA do you want to see next? I always say Don Tatelli. Give me the
I
gangsters. Give
need
me
the
a three
feather.
pack of the gangsters.
Let me get Donatelli with a feather and a foot to tickle.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like you could do Don
Like
Tatelli in
I,
two ways. You could do him in a 3 pack with the slanky black dude and then the short chubby one that they were the gangsters, and or you could do it with the Great Baldini and have a 2 pack with the Great Baldini with the magician that he captured the kids with and shit.
yeah.
They could do it like that.
Or you can have the sixth Ranger. I mean, the fifth Ranger come back and have a 2 pack with him
There you go.
because he tickled his foot.
There you
You
go.
know what I mean?
That's true.
But he's already in one. He's with Splinter, right?
Yeah.
Or somebody. I forget
Oh
who he's
no, no,
with.
he came in with the evil the Quicket Ninja Turtle gang.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
came
yeah.
with the like that. But Donatelli, again, that's my wish list. The other ones is the Mafia Turtles. I want the turtles in the suits.
Oh yeah,
Remember the
I agree.
cufflink one, the cufflink episode that the cufflinks
Yeah, no,
exploded and shit. I liked the suits. I would like to see that in figure form.
and they're gonna have to do the next mutation as well because I want that gorilla from the gangster gorilla.
Gangsta gorilla. So Super
He was
Seven.
awesome.
Last thing before we go into toys wise into the review of the movie. Super Seven announced that they are doing the 2003 Turtles.
Okay.
So it's gonna be
I mean
remakes.
that I mean,
Yeah,
that'll be good.
yeah, it's gonna be remasters of the original figures. So it's gonna be a bit more detailed, a bit more anime-ish. But I like those figures, the figure line they had back then. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that.
The only turtle toys I'm invested in is the monsters. Everything else I just can't do.
No,
You
it
know what I
makes
mean?
sense.
I'm collecting too much stuff.
Me too.
It's becoming overwhelming.
It's extremely overwhelming. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this shit. Um, there's some
Well,
things
we're gonna have to just do
yeah,
a big ass unboxing one day. You know,
yeah, just gonna be like a tour of boxing
you're
and
gonna need
shit.
your own showcase of just turtle toys.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I think what I have to do is focus my collection into what I want and kind of stop going into the other things that I usually get. Like the wrestling figures, I could kind of calm down. Lately, I've been I'll get selective people if I see it or you see it. Most likely, you see it and tell me which ones you see. But I usually am very selective who I get. I get one of each person. If there's a better
Yeah,
figure of that person, I'll replace
yeah,
it.
I'm
Um,
I'm pretty sure every time I go, I end up picking you up
yeah,
something.
yeah. But again, I'm very selective though.
I
Like
got
you show me a bunch of dudes, and you sometimes you're surprised from my answer who I want to get picked up.
well, I know I get that, and there's only so many Macho Man Randy Savages you can
Yeah,
have. You know what I mean? So I get that,
yeah,
but there's certain things like when Rikishi and stuff like that. I know it's completely off topic, but like when
yeah,
Rikishi did that stupid run, and I was like, I never even seen it before, and I was like, oh shit, like this is dope, and you're
yeah,
like, nah, it was a stupid run. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like so.
yeah.
And then like you never say yes to like the Rock, but like the
Yeah.
Hollywood Rock, like you wanted. You know what I mean? So I was like, I was more surprised that you wanted the Rock than anything
I
else.
liked the obscure shit. So I liked so the Hollywood Rock was probably hands down one of my favorite runs of the Rock, just because he was such a dick. And
Yeah.
that's when he gave the rub to Hurricane. That was during that time. So he was doing these a lot of crazy fun promos. He was doing like Rock Austin. I think he gave rub for Goldberg because that's when Goldberg actually. He was extremely entertaining. He had this fucking cool theme too, and it was not like the smell you rock. It was like it was really slow, and it just came out. Like I gotta send you the video, and I gotta show you like, yo, when he was that character, I fucking loved it, and I think that's the reason why I was like, I want that figure because I just like that Rock. I liked him more than most of the other
Yeah.
versions of the Rock. But that's
Well,
just me.
the Rock is back.
Here and there you probably see on TikTok all the videos of those figures that came out around 2013 they came out. So no, they came out 2015.
Me personally, I would buy those too because I think they're actually super dope.
They're good, dope, and they're big. That's something I think that's why I like them because they actually kind of match the put them side to side because if I actually take a picture of it now, you can see that I have a Leonardo.
Yeah, what they're 6 inch, right?
They're about six.
Yeah,
So
and they got a little weight to them too.
yeah. So like if I send you the picture, you have him next to Matt Cardona, which that's a Super Seven figure. Um, I actually opened up a Super Seven figure. That was like the first Super Seven figure I opened. But you see him near Matt Cardona, he's not really that off in size. He's actually like the size of a Ninja Turtle will be with a human. I sent you the picture if you don't see
I gotta see. I gotta check it out. Oh,
it. Yeah,
yep, I see it. No, that's super dope, and that's like tattoo worthy. To be
yeah, yeah,
honest with you, I think that's cool.
yeah.
But like I said, I gotta pick and choose my battles, man. I only got so much room, and there's only so much dust I can dust off. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's starting to
You
become
know what?
overwhelming.
I'm gonna invest in the electric air duster. It's like $30, and then it lasts as long. And you could easily do that with your consoles because you've seen that you have old consoles and stuff. They're good for that as well.
Yeah, I'm staring at them as we speak.
Yeah. So some things I
and
want
they're
to plan.
just being
Yeah,
unused.
yeah. Some things I want to try to plan out with you, and maybe like we could get like a Saturday morning together or something like that, and we Twitch together. And I gotta teach you how to use the PS4 on the Twitch on PS4 and get you going with it, and then me you could Twitch like this Shredder's Revenge DLC and shit like that, and we could do shit like when we're not doing much and we just want to do some content and shit like that. I think that's something we should do.
Yeah, I've been down. I just, I'm not savvy in the technical
Yeah.
world. I am a dinosaur, ladies and gentlemen.
So I will definitely send you how to do it and things like that, and it'll be easy. And we could actually do the Shredder Revenge DLC because it's pretty badass. Usagi is fucking dope. I fucking use him all the time.
Well, the first game that we played the first time was that shit was fun as hell.
Yeah. All right. Um.
I enjoyed it very much.
So let's get anything else you want to add in, and before we go into this movie.
Um, I don't know. Before I just want to thank Seth Rogen for just, if you're listening, Seth Rogen, if you're out there and you're a fan of the Morphin Cast, uh, or if you're not, you should be.
Oh,
Thank
the
you
Shawshank
because
cast.
yeah, oh, yeah, Morphin Cat. My bad. My brain's all over the place. I'm tired.
Yes.
But yeah, no. I just before we even dive into it, thank you because
Yep.
you did us old folks, us old kids, justice on this one,
Yeah.
and
All right.
that's that. So
Let's
let's get into it.
into this movie. All right. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem was directed by Jeff Rowe and Kyler Spears. Writers are Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, Jeff Rowe, Dan Hernandez, Benjamin Smatt, Brendan. There's a lot of writers. Peter Laird was part of it, and also Kevin Eastman. They had ideas in it. Release date
Yeah, there was
is
a lot of hands on, a
yeah.
lot of hands on.
Release date was August 2nd, 2023. Released everywhere besides China and a couple other places. It released later on to run. The movie is about an hour 40 minutes. Again, if you want to watch it now, it's on Paramount Plus. I think you could get like a month free trial, and you can watch all the intro shit. So go get it. I actually like the app too. The app actually works pretty good. Um,
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's gonna dive down into other things eventually.
yeah. Um,
But
so we
I
go
was just
to
watching it before we started this cast.
yeah. So we go to our actors. We have Makai Albi as Donatello. We have Shannon Brown Jr. as Michelangelo. We have Nicholas Katu as Leonardo. Brandon Noon as Raphael. Ao Imbreed as April O'Neil. Maya Rudolph as Cynthia Ultron, which I know 100% was like, oh, the cranes are coming eventually. John Cena as Rocksteady, Seth
Yeah,
Rogen as Bebop, Rose Byrne as Leatherhead, Natasha Demonora, it was Wingnut, uh, Don Carlos Esposito was Baxter Stockman. My favorite, Jackie Chan, it was Splinter. I thought he was fucking great as Splinter. Post Malone as Ray Fillet. Hannibal Buress as Genghis Frog. He rarely didn't even talk, so you would have no clue if he was him or not. Um, Mr.
nor would
Beast.
you actually really recognize his voice like that.
Mr. Beast talked to Times Square guy. Who knew?
Mr.
Um,
Beast,
yeah,
the influencer dude.
yeah,
Surprised that he was in it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But good for him. I guess he's expanding his brand.
I'm trying to find anyone else. So the Kevin Eastman talked to Good Human, the one that actually helped Splinter. I'm trying to find anything else that will stand up. Yeah, that's about it. That's like the main cast. Um, so the synopsis of this movie is
I mean,
Ninja
that's
Turtles.
enough.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah. Synopsis of the movie: the film followed the four turtles as they work to earn the love of New York City while facing down an army of mutants. Um, I I one thing I want to shout out, and this is something I like because a lot of people won't know in general, is the soundtrack. Soundtrack was really good, and then the instrumental soundtrack was really good, and that was produced by Chet Reznor, the Nine Inch Nails.
I thoroughly enjoyed the soundtrack. I thought the soundtrack was super dope.
Yeah, yeah, But I liked the beats, like especially in the beginning scene, like you hear the what beats they use and stuff like that when they were actually swinging around and stuff like that. Like a lot of those instrumental music was pretty dope. But also the soundtrack itself, they had like some nice music into it that had you pump like it had random music that like just came out of nowhere and it actually fit the scenes really great. Um,
I agree. They that is a definite, like, if you were still like a CD
yeah,
buyer or like a vinyl buyer, like, to go cop that.
I'll definitely get the vinyl of this. I actually really enjoyed it. I that'll be a vinyl I actually own of the three I own. I own three.
Well, I don't buy you vinyls. I buy Jackie
No,
vinyls.
no, no. I own three. I
But
have
but at
yeah.
least you have a record player to play it on,
Yes, I have
right?
like four vinyls. But
You can have
yeah,
if you want. And then all you'll need is the third and the fifth one.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
then you'll have all the Rockies on vinyl.
Nice. Um, so this movie, I love the characteristics of this movie. I thought the turtles themselves were hilarious. I thought they fit the bill as them being kids. And the one thing I liked the perspective of was I liked the fact that the humans all looked weird. So in their eyes,
Bro,
all the humans will be
the
weird.
whole world,
Yeah,
the whole world, the animation,
yeah,
everything that went to it. It's like, and I said this on the Popcorny podcast. It was like not like Tim Burton's world, but it's like a world of like Tim Burton. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like it's also like Into the Spider Verse type of animation. Where you get caught up in the awe of the actual look of the movie
yeah,
itself, because things switched and
yeah.
changed up, and like the brightness of light, and actually get like feel like the lights being shined in your eyes type of stuff. Like it was really good. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more than anything. So that was the
Oh, that makes
idea
sense. I didn't
behind
know
it.
that.
Yeah, that was the idea behind the animation. It's like a kid drew it.
I mean, did like Laird and Eastman have like hands on in the animation